when she talked of emotional healing, she has fire. But once she was talking, do you know what she reminded me of? She reminded me of the days of those days, those ones. Some of us have not gone through them, but the days where I walked miles that my mom had to send us to get food. Actually, it was cassava. Let me be specific. Cassava. And you bring it back walking with that cassava, and you sit and eat it raw in darkness. Why? We didn't have charcoal. We didn't have gas. Did we have gas then? I don't think. It has also reminded me of the endless begging phone calls. You know where you call, Anko nyambako, abana wange betaga chakulya. Anko nyambako, abana wange betaga mazi. Kunywa, koza. All those calls were to support her kids. That is why I, Valeria Busingye, a single mother's finance coach, I don't take pleasure in seeing a single mother beg for money. I do not. And I don't. Why? Because most people they beg, they take them for granted out of desperation to help their kids. Isn't that right? I remember my mother had to sell her precious blankets to some uncle just to get money. And those blankets, I think, returned little to no money. So have you ever felt where you expect something and it never comes? Abasajja mukola deal. No goba deal. No jigobera omwaka mulamba. Netaleta chintu. Mwaka nga guweddeko. No ulianga. You've wasted precious time. So she sold blankets so that we could have something to eat. But she didn't get that money. That's the emotional healing that I look at to move my life now. When we lost that lady, my mom, I sat down and remembered all those things that I as a child had to witness. Me as a child, I remember sitting at the gate one day and I told her, Omani mami, sigenda kwebaka, I am going to sit at this gate and I wait for daddy to bring sugar. Sigenda kunywa chai yonga tali musukari. As a child, you as a single mother, imagine your child thinking like that at that age. Would you want your child to be like that at that age? I think I remember I was about 5 years. I was young. Would you want to see your child go through that emotional torture? What did I do? I sat down and asked myself, what opportunities would she have explored to see her kids get a better life? What opportunities you as a mother can you invest in to get a better life for your kids? You as a mother, what are the connections you make so that you can turn your life around? She was a person who never had relations. Let me say, bantu bakugobaganya, because you don't have a status. Families don't want to relate with you. For me, I'm going to be honest. My name is Nantongo Chechitufu, but I am not a Nantongo in blood. That's the truth. I think Bemunda Bamugamba Monose Muganda. I don't look like a Muganda, but I'm a Nantongo. Why? Because my father is a half-caste. So I don't belong to the Nchima clan. So I don't have a family like where you can send in our roots. No. So the only person I knew I had an identity to was my mother. You get it? Because my father had no identity in Uganda. Not that I even knew a grandfather from his side, not even an uncle. So the people I called uncles were step uncles. Do you get it? So you see the life of a child who grows up relying on that mother. And when she left this world, I said I will do everything possible to help that single mother who needs to make a living for their children without begging. And when I met Bahati, I asked her, can my life be different from hers? I might not be a single mother, but I want to make sure that single mother doesn't live that life. And I joined that mentorship academy. I think Molly has talked about it. I joined that mentorship academy and it changed my entire life. And that is why I'm standing here today. I took the bull by its horns. I formed a community of single mothers. It has just started. But those mothers that I help, because in my circles, my family circles, I have single mothers I have supported on the side because they've struggled. I'm not saying that my life is different from so many lives here. Some of us have gone through this, that I have gone through, but the difference is, what do you do to change that life? What do you do? When I joined this academy, it wasn't because I was hurting because I've lost mommy. I was hurting because of the things she went through and the opportunities she didn't take. We were lucky that she left when I was grown up. But what about those single mothers, those kids who have mothers that leave early in life and they are not grown up? So you as a single mother, can you start now to plan? Can we start planning? When you think about some of the things I put down to help these single mothers, I started with ensuring that they look at the goals they have. What is your goal as a mother? What are the goals that you have on plate? Or you're the kind of person who wants to help everyone, but you have a child to look at. Are we looking at our goals? You know your child in charge of Kurala. Are we putting some money away? Or we are spending because we're Javas? We might be spending because we're Javas. I want to say we have mothers, single mothers, because that child has no father. We have mothers who do emotional spending. Tata taliwo, I have to fill that gap, and I want to fill it with money. Those toys you keep buying for that child will not help them. Teach them the art of saving. Teach them the art of spending. Just all more every day. No. Wachili muwe omutwalo kumande, omugambe ngenda kudaba kuwa omutwalo kumande dako. What are you teaching them? Bomoa every day, what are you teaching them? So I work with a community of single mothers to help them better their finances, to help those kids. Ntinebwana bataliwo ku nsi. Aja kujukira nti at least she taught me this, and I am better at managing my finances. So thank you so much, Coach Bahati. Thank you so much for the values that you have taught me. I also want to encourage that the passion and the skills that we have, the values that we have, is nayiga nti omukono ogwange tegulina kutuula kyemanyi guno omukono ngukozesa everything that I have to do. Bwemba manyi nti no, I'm passionate about children, I will go and start a small daycare. What are you doing as a person to help your child better their lives? Totula no linda, like Coach Molly said, no tula no linda bakuwe, ulikaseda bakuwe. You do not have to beg. The emotions that you're putting on that child will affect them even when they grow up as mothers as well, or even as fathers. So what are we doing as single mothers? We need to break those personal barriers that stop us, that hold us back. Which personal barriers? Sorry to say, we have different beliefs and faiths. But what is that thing that you know that is going to stop you from doing something? Tulina abantu abagamba nze mu ddiini lyaffe tetukola bwe tuti. Oba ffe tetuwaayo kiweebwayo, ffe tetuwaayo kino, tetukola kiri. Even if you want to follow those values, it's okay. It's not a bad thing. But omwana omutegekedde ki gwe nga maama? Gwinga maama, omwana omutegekedde ki? If you have a child and you're a single mother, who do they usually look up to? Anyone? Who do they look up to? Yes, my dear. They look up to the mother. They are the nurturers. They are the ones they look up to, and they always emulate them. So, I want to just caution. Let's go back and look at our passions. Pick out those things that you are passionate about. The women I work with, I've had some who complain, omusajja tampadde kino, yaganye okumpa ssente za keeki, yaganye okumpa ssente za kino. But what are you doing about it? Are you waiting for him akuwe a bad answer? Olinza akugambe nawe tonsaba? Olinza akugambe genda weekolere? Do you want to also beg for a nika? Do you want to also beg for the small tiny things that you can do for yourself? That child needs you. You might not be a single mother today, but for now I want to believe that life circumstances come to us when we least expect them. Not so? Because single mothers become single mothers not because they want to, because they are widowed, because they are divorced, because they are raped, and we have another reason, another rising number of women that are lied to. Not so? The man is married, now kulimba. You get pregnant, you end up a single mother. Teweyagalidde, you didn't know. Not so? So we need to sit back and plan. Know your goals and save towards those goals. Make sure you use a financial expert. Tim Sabit. Thank you so much. I look up to him when I'm planning my financial goals now. I learned from that experience of what my mother went through. And I take the bull by its horns. Thank you so much, everyone.